It's been a ton of fun researching adventure bikes and turning it into an 8-bike adventure bracket championship. I outlined what I wanted out of my riding experience and paired it up with each of these bikes. It's helped me learn a lot before I get into the 2021 riding season. In the first video, the KTM 1290 Super Adventure R beat out the venerable BMW R1250 GS Adventure. The second video saw the Triumph Tiger defeat the Kawasaki Versys. In the last video, with the exciting new V4, the Ducati Multistrada knocked off the Yamaha Super Tenere. Let's introduce today's competition, the Honda Africa Twin versus the Suzuki V-Strom. We are just 3 videos away from unveiling the new bike. If you'd like to see more content on all the brands of bikes from cruisers to adventure bikes, hit that subscribe button. There's a new Great Egret Discord server. Come join others in the community to chat about motorcycles, adventure, and life in general. Check out the link in the description to join along. The Suzuki V-Strom hasn't changed much since the Japanese company introduced it to the US market in 2002. Just as it did 18 years ago, the 2020 model has a 90-degree V-twin engine. Most of the upgrades in the last 2 decades have focused on technology, and this year has seen by far the most useful. The V-Strom 1050 has a new throttle-by-wire system with 3 ride modes, updated traction control, and on the XT and top-of-the-line XT Adventure version, the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System. This has a 6-axis IMU, cruise control, cornering ABS, hill hold control, and slope load dependent braking. This bike is often talked about in adventure bike circles, but rarely heralded as much as the BMW, KTM, or Ducati. So these advancements are quite impressive for this bike. I'm not exactly sure why Suzuki changed the name from the V-Strom 1000 to the V-Strom 1050 for 2020. Did they think we wouldn't notice that the displacement is the same at 1037? Quite possibly it was to place the bike, even if just on nomenclature alone, with the GS, 1290 Adventure R, or the Multistrada V4. Whatever the reason, the engine is now Euro 5 compliant. That's impressive for an engine that was based on a 1990s design. You're welcome, Greta. Like other adventure bikes in this competition, the V-Strom is torquey, though on the lower side at 74 foot-pounds. Horsepower is a respectable and reasonable 106. Suzuki keeps the riding mode nomenclature simple, A, B, and C. Horsepower does not change for any of these modes, but power delivery does. A could be described as low traction mode, such as rain or loose gravel. C is sporty for the road. B seems to be somewhere in the middle, a Goldilocks mode if you will. The 2020 model now has 3 modes of traction intrusiveness. Mode 1 is least intrusive, and the system can be shut off. The same cannot be said for ABS. While useful on the road, it can't be shut off. Though there are 2 modes, one for on-road and one for off-road adventures. The 6-axis IMU that's new for 2020 provides hill hold control, slope-dependent control, and load-dependent control. All good features for those that might have difficulty managing a heavy bike like the V-Strom, which is listed at 545 pounds without the accessories. Kitted with full aluminum bags, a crash bar, heated grips, and other important accessories, the V-Strom is well over 600 pounds. For some riders, these features are a necessity with a heavy bike like this. Cruise control is standard on the V-Strom, and it's a key feature that's important to me for long distance. What I like best about the 2020 V-Strom is it has one of the best bang for your buck prices out of nearly all of the bikes in the championship. Well, that's until you take a look at the Honda Africa Twin. The Africa Twin is by far the sexiest of all the bikes in this championship. It comes in 4 models, the off-road ready base model and the Adventure Sport that focuses on adventure touring. The Adventure Sports has electronic suspension that I'll cover later. Outside the US, Adventure Sports is also sold with or without electronic suspension. All have DCT version, which is Honda's automatic transmission. I'm not interested in a DCT model, so I won't cover it here much. But I will say that just because I'm casting off the DCT, you shouldn't necessarily. While it might seem unnatural to not shift a bike into gear, it does allow you to ride a bike in an unexpected and fun way. Get on one before you cast a DCT model off. The power plan is a 270-degree crank parallel twin. At about 100 horsepower, it's not going to match the other bikes in this competition. But the AT's parallel twin has plenty of torque throughout the range. That's great for my riding style, on the road, and helpful for when I go off-road. One of the most common questions on this channel is if a certain bike is for beginners. At first look, the AT doesn't seem like a beginner's bike, but I feel it can be. Yes, I actually said that a 1084cc adventure bike can be a beginner bike. Let's delve into the rider modes and other settings. I'll start by saying this system is ridiculously complicated, and it'll take some time to figure it out. But once you do, you'll see that the AT is adjustable not only for your riding environment, but also your style and skill level. There are 6 riding modes: urban, tour, gravel, and off-road. There are also 2 user adjustable modes. Depending on which mode you choose, you can further fine-tune the mode settings, including power, engine braking, wheelie control, turning on and off ABS and cornering ABS, and front and rear preload for passenger, pillion, with or without luggage. The user modes are where the adjustment really shines. Want a cushy, almost 1970s Cadillac-like long-distance ride? Set it in one of the user modes. Want a sporty, stiff suspension ride for the twisties? You can do that too. You can even dial down the power and raise every rider rate if you're a beginner rider. The AT is many bikes in one. What you want out of a bike depends on your riding environment and mood. The more off-road friendly base model is lighter at 501 pounds. The Adventure Sports comes in at 530 pounds. Still, both are one of the lightest bikes in the competition. The AT looks top heavy, and while it is heavy compared to others like the lightweight Ducati Multistrada, the weight of the AT is slung low. Once you pull on the throttle, the weight melts away. The 21-inch front wheel is very off-road friendly, and while it can get a little squirrely on the road, there's enough adjustability on the bike to offset that on the road. Especially with the on-the-fly electronic suspension of the Adventure Sports. While a beginner off-road adventurer would struggle a bit off-road, there's enough adjustability to give a beginner a bit of an advantage. If adventure touring is your thing, there's also a ton of adjustability to meet your needs. The standard cruise control and the heated grips that come standard on the Adventure Sports make long-distance adventures even better. The AT is a damn good-looking bike with a crap ton of features. This is truly the best bang-for-your-buck adventure bike, not only in this competition, but on the market. While the V-Strom is at a nice price point, it's no secret that the winner of this face-off is clearly the Africa Twin. I'm sure I missed a few things in this video. Let me know in the comments what I did and add some information that might help others. Thanks for watching. Ride safe out there, seek adventure, and keep your wheels rolling in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video.